Hey guys, today we're going to learn all about concurrency. Now, while concurrency itself is a bit of an advanced concept, the coding language called Go is very good with it, and that's what we're going to use today to teach you guys all about the fundamentals of concurrency. So before we start, let's first explain to you what concurrency is. So let's suppose if I'm writing some code, right, and I'm in my main function, so like the main function, the one that runs first. Now, inside of our main function, we're calling a bunch of other secondary functions, right? So there's two ways to do this. One, we can call it right there and then, all right, and it runs. Now, the issue is that if there's an issue with the second function, the rest of the code is going to be stuck. So that's going to be a bit of a problem. All right. Now, there's a second solution to this, and that is to use concurrency. So so what concurrency is it runs on one of your CPU threads. So your main function automatically runs on one thread, and then instead of running the second function on the same thread, we can instead run it on a separate thread. And what happens is that it can run on its own while the rest of the function continues on. As a result, we can save a lot of time. All right, now while this may seem like a very, very good thing to have, you don't want to have too much of concurrency, as that would just slow down your entire program, as that would use way too much CPU usage. That would also use up too much electricity and money. All right, now let's jump right into the code. All right, so I already started some basic boilerplate code. All right, so let's suppose if I have two functions, one my main function and my counter function. So the counter function, all it does is it takes an integer and just makes a for loop until it reaches there. Right, so just for like a small demonstration, I'll just run it. Okay, and all of this is available on my GitHub, by the way. I'll have it linked below. All right, and if I were to just run this, okay. Oh, whoops. cd concurrency. All right, yeah. So if I were to just run this, all right, now as you can see, it's just counting all of this, and then it finally ends, right? So what I can also do is I can also implement concurrency. So to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type the word go before the function itself. And now, if I were to run this, it's going to run much faster. But now what you might be noticing is, hey, Yasa, where's all those counters, right? So the issue with, there's one side effect of concurrency, and that is that because the counter now runs on its own thread, the main function is no longer reliant on this function. As a result, the main function continues to run. And because it continues to run, it's just going to eventually end. And if it ends before the counter function finishes, which in this case it does, then you're not going to see it. So to fix this problem, you guys can put a while loop, or a while loop which will constantly run true, or you can do something as simple as just go format.scanline. All right, and if I were to just now go main.go, now as you can see, it counts all the way to 200,000, and it also executes the main function. And if you guys notice this, it actually moves a lot faster. All right, so that's it for today's video. That's the basics of concurrency with Go. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day.